tails.
Tails are called? Tails it is.
Okay. Sachin, you've won the toss and you've elected to...
We've elected to field actually on this track.
Okay, it looks a little bit different from what we had last weekend.
Yeah, definitely. I think it has got more grass on it. It's harder and it has got little dampness in it.
Arjuna, it is a little bit different this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, this might give a little more to the bowlers. Even we were thinking of fielding first, but I think if we put our head down and try and get a big score, I think it will be we can put some pressure on the Indians.
So there are changes in both the teams. The Indian team, 2 changes. Ajay Jadeja coming there at the top of the order to open the innings with Navjot Sidhu. And Debashish Mahanti, he plays his first test match here. He replaces Nilesh Kulkarni. Rajesh Chauhan, the off-spinner, also not playing this game. The Sri Lankan team, just the one change. Sajeeva De Silva, the left-arm fast bowler, he comes in instead of Jayant De Silva, the left-arm spinner. So still plenty of batting there in that Sri Lankan batting card.
Jayasuriya this time favourite shots. You can't afford, even on a wicket where there's a bit of movement, to give him any width outside off stump. It's a good shot. Well, a couple of bad balls there from Venkatesh Prasad. First one too wide, the next one too full. Again too full. You'd rather see a bowler over-pitching in these circumstances than too short. No ball from umpire Rudy Kirsten, and look at the man go. You don't have to bowl too full or too short for this fella to really able to make the most of it. In the air, over the top this time. He doesn't waste many balls, as I say. If it's a bad ball, you hit it to the boundary, and he doesn't always worry about keeping it on the ground.
And again, nicely played. And a dive by Sidhu in vain. This ball will go all the way to the boundary. So another very, very good over this for Sri Lanka.
But as Greg Chappell has mentioned, he really has to turn that into runs.
And a lovely straight drive to end the over. This is another boundary. So consecutive boundaries here for Marvin Atapadu. There's no third man, so a boundary here to bring up the 50 for Sri Lanka.
Nick, he's gone. There it is, the first mistake from Jayasuriya in quite some time. First wicket has fallen.
Mointy has been keeping a good line and length, keeping the ball up on this seaming wicket. But on that occasion, a bit wide for Jayasuriya. Jayasuriya seeing the width, trying to play that down towards the extra cover region, not being able to get the bat onto it, a slight nick, and the keeper completes the catch.
Another good delivery, but this time Mahanama just a little bit more confident, a little bit more powerful, quickly into position. That's out as well. Azruddin taking a comfortable catch, a wide delivery from Prasad, not one of his better ones.
So on this occasion, a wide delivery. The ball having a bit of carry and seam, going away. Caught comfortably by Azruddin.
Aravinder's got enough talent and enough experience to be able to get through the early part of his innings.
And a bit of width there, and Mahanama has climbed into it. He's looked a lot more confident at the beginning of this knock. And played away on the onside. He's timed this well. This will be another boundary.
Crisply played, beautifully timed.
And nicely picked off his toes by Mahanama. No problem in dispatching that to the square leg fence.
And that's the 100. Sri Lanka move on to 102 for 2. And again, too short. You really have to be very precise where you pitch the ball to Aravinda De Silva. Great shot. That's 4. So the last 12 runs have come in boundaries and in very quick time. And again, Mahanama. And there it is again. 3 times now we've seen that with absolutely no effort whatsoever. Out. That's out. Another good wicket for Mahanti.
Mahanama, who had stayed so very watchful in the early hours of the session, playing outside off stump and very well caught by Azharuddin. Sri Lanka 121 for 3.
Silva on strike here to Prasad. Goes for the drive in the air, but he's hammered it in the gap as well. Really hard there, and he's giving it his all. Edged, and this has just beaten the keeper. A little late on that Mongia. 4 runs to Ranatunga. Oh, that's a nice shot off his legs. He adjusted it well. There was a swing there for Mahanti, but the Sri Lankan captain having no problem in putting that away through mid-wicket.
The 2 most experienced players left in the Sri Lanka batting.
No problem in dispatching that. He's so good with that shot. He picks up the length so very quickly. And this time he gets it away. Through the onside, a chase for Dravid. And it'll be a long one. Just pull it back inside the fence. So those 3 runs bring up Aravinda De Silva's half century. He's on 52, another top-class innings.
Oh, that'll be killed. You can't bowl like that to Aravinda De Silva. That was a rank long hop. Kuravilla wouldn't have been trying to do that. He may have tried a bouncer. Well, that was hit in the air. Probably an attempt at a slower ball, which...
And a loud shout he's been given, so rare lack of concentration there from Arjuna Ranatunga has brought about his downfall.
Only not one that was hittable. Ranatunga very extravagant, loose, getting a very big edge, and wicketkeeper Mongia doing the rest. So Sri Lanka lose their 4th wicket for 192.
Again, nicely timed on the onside. Sidhu has had a few long chases in the last 4 or 5 days, and there just is another one. And you said it too soon, Ranjit. Just over pitching, and a very good shot by Jayawardena. And it's a boundary for him again to 3rd man. Gets so many runs spread at the wicket in the offside. And driven gloriously through the offside to bring up 100 number 13 for Aravinda De Silva. Real classic cover drive to bring up his 100.
A shot of a champion that time by De Silva, bringing his 100.
He's got him this time. He's taken the outside edge, and Mongia making no mistake. So finally some success for Venkatesh Prasad. Sri Lanka losing their 5th wicket.
Bat and Mongia just getting his fingers under that ball. Sri Lanka lose their 5th wicket for 230.
Hook shot from Kalu. May not get past the outfield. Yes, it does. There were 2 fielders out, one backward of square and one just in front of square leg, but the timing was so good. Bowled him. Well, didn't seem to affect him that time.
On that occasion, Kalvitarna being tentative from the start, but not really making it's an over-pitch delivery. Kalvitarna playing outside it and getting it inside edge to be bowled. The score 249 for 6.
Short one, going for the hook, miss-hitting it, but the ball landing safe.
And he's done him with a lovely slow delivery. We saw him try that in the last over. This time, he's gone through the defence of Chaminda Vaas.
Villas bowl well. The slower ball, the off spinner, gets off the pad, into middle stump. Deceived Chaminda Vaas in flight more than anything else. The slowness of the pace had him playing too early. And a well-deserved wicket for Kuravilla. Chaminda Vaas is out for 10.
And easily for the Sri Lankans earlier on, and there would have been a strategy of skip it.
Goes the bouncer again, and he goes the hook shot, and it'll go inside the fine leg for 4 this time. So Murali taking the fast bowlers on. That brings up to 300, and he gets a warm round of applause.
Oh, that's nicely played by Muralidharan. There's no man on the onside near the umpire. So another welcome boundary.
There's a nick and he's gone, caught behind, so the ploy worked. Aravinda was trying to find a gap that he could push the ball into, and a wider swinging delivery. And a good player in the days when not so many test matches were played by Sri Lanka. Another boundary to Muralitharan. A bit of frustration for Mahanti there. This time he gets it in the right spot, takes the outside edge, goes via the wicketkeeper's glove, and he's caught it slip. So rather a tame end to a very good innings from Muralitharan.
But the bowling just got it on the right line, more on towards middle. Murali looking to push it away, and a good catch by Azza in the end. It's always difficult when it comes off the wicketkeeper's gloves. Kumble. So Sri Lanka 3-3-2 for 9.
He's done him. He's gone through his defence and wrapped up the Sri Lankan innings. So 4 wickets for the young man.
Fully on the half cock. The ball going right through the gate, hitting his leg stump. Very fine delivery.
Yes, that was too good for Pushpa Kumara. The one that came back into him. He had absolutely no answer to it. And Mohanty picking up his 2nd wicket of the morning. 4 in all in the match.
How well he does when he's away from Sri Lanka. Good one, that's out. That's what he's been trying to do. Just get that one to straighten up a little bit.
Vaas, who's been looking as he would get a wicket at any occasion. On that occasion, Jadeja drawn into it, had to play at it, hit the wicket and left away from the seam. Not a lot of movement, but enough to get the edge.
Dravid, the right-handed batsman, push back Amara from the northern end. And he's away here. He's got it past point this time. It'll go all the way to the boundary. Just a bit too short and a bit too wide on that occasion. Push back Amara. It's in the air. Fine leg coming around. He could be caught. Yes, he's got him. It certainly unsettled him. Chaminda Vaas made good ground at fine leg. That was good bowling from Sanjeeva De Silva.
On that occasion, digging it in, rushing on Rahul Dravid. Trying to take it, couldn't get the full bat on it. Very high on the bat. And a good catch, well watched by Chaminda Vaas.
Sachin Tendulkar comes in with his team in a little bit of trouble. 9 for 2 wickets lost.
And straight away, he smashed that off the back foot through the covers. This is why I said it could be, in one way, good for India that this man has come out to the crease. And pulled away by Sidhu this time. This time he's got a little more timing on that. And he picks up the 2nd boundary for the over. Driven straight down the ground. This will be 4 runs.
Great shot. Goodness me, that is a really wonderful shot, and the timing is so good, it just races away over the boundary. And too short. Again, lots of room to work with. This has gone just behind square, and the fielder won't get to that one.
Sri Lankans may well regret the chance.
Runs here on the onside for him. A chase here for De Silva. But the ball will beat him to the fence. He's gone this time. He's Fox Navjot Sidhu here. Sidhu just could not resist the temptation of coming down the track to him. Sidhu dismissed here by Muralidharan.
Sidhu likes to take the attack to Muralidharan. On that occasion, not being able to pick the line, it spun back into him and Kalu did the rest. So India now 81 for 3. Navjot Sidhu out for 29.
About bowling at the stumps. The line to great players is on and just outside off stump. It's quite commonly known in Australia as the corridor of uncertainty, and that's Tendulkar's 50. Lucky 50.
We'll come back to that point because that's a boundary, and the end of the over, India 98 for 3.
And he goes through the offside, just over pitching a little more than he would have liked. And Azharuddin is too good a player of spin to miss. And driven straight back past him for a boundary. That's a lovely straight drive. Edged and taken. So success here for Chaminda Vas. Continuing with that probing line outside the off stump.
This is a very big blow for India. Not quite getting his foot. You can see his foot locked to the crease there. Edged the ball, much the same as Mahan Arm himself got out. He was caught by Azharuddin. Now the compliment is returned, and Az is on his way.
And this is nicely played by Tendulkar. And a long chase here for Chaminda Vas. Oh, that's a fine shot. That should do his confidence a world of good. His first boundary as he punches it through the offside.
Gets Ganguly driving, but Ganguly's good enough to find the gap between the shortish cover and mid-off. And that was a shot of rare class. No ball called by umpire BC Kure. Sachin Tendulkar not needing.
Oh, it's in the air. No, just wide. Shouts of catch it. Ganguly. Too short, and that's going to be runs. It's going to be a good race between the fieldsman and the boundary. We'll probably turn for the third and do that.
So Tendulkar now on strike. Pushpa Kumara racing in. And he's put that away through square leg. A boundary to bring up his 13th Test match 100. His fourth against Sri Lanka. Up to the hand, so that's consecutive hundreds. Oh, that's a lovely shot by Ganguly. There is a man at deep point. But for him being there, that would have been a certain boundary. A very good shot for just 2 runs. Cut away by Ganguly. And again, a very good piece of fielding by De Silva in the deep. This was even a better piece of fielding than the one earlier in the over because he's running.
Well, Ganguly decides to get things moving. One bounce over the boundary for 4. Thick outside edge takes the score to 226 for 4.
Got it through, gone for 4. So Ganguly finishes off the over with the boundary.
And played away on the onside. That was nicely played. He allowed the ball to swing and play it late. And with Arvinda in pursuit, he'll look for 3, that's for sure. And this time he's hammered this Tendulkar. He's hit it so cleanly that it's gone probably over the line. We'll have to take another look. Oh, that's a lovely shot of the back foot. He's found the gap through the offside and he doesn't have to run.
Magnificent. Whipped away for 4.
He's gone. He's finished now. Tendulkar drives Pushpa Kamara straight into the midriff of Muratharan.
Fairly good delivery there. A little bit of outswing again. Muratharan got almost so excited he went down on his knees before the ball got there. Great excitement in the Sri Lankan camp because they know now they have a chance to get back in this game. 276 for 5.
And this is hammered off the back foot for yet another boundary through the offside.
Gloriously played by Ganguly.
Edged, and that's gone past the man at second slip. A chase here for Jayasuriya, but the ball beats him to the fence. That shot, and that's dispatched by Ganguly. No problem in hammering that over mid-wicket for 4. And runs here for Mongia on the onside. Long chase here, but the ball will go to the fence. So he's timed that well.
It's a lovely shot. Off the legs. Carries him up to 97. This will be his 100. He knows it. He raises his bat over his head. Saurav Ganguly, his 3rd Test 100. And what an important one this has been for him.
Bowled him, and he's hit the stumps this time. So a good piece of bowling, a little bit more flight on this occasion. Known Mongia probably frustrated just as much as anybody else.
And here we see, that's a really very good piece of bowling. Really flighted it up. And Mongia sucked into the drive, really didn't get a foot across to the ball at all, and it's spun a long way. When you do flight the ball, it does spin a lot. Pitched a little bit in the rough, and
good shot. That'll bring him a boundary. No need to run for those. It's a genuine half volley on leg stump. Very heavy bat. Comes down. That's out. From pad on to bat, straight into the hands of Silly mid-off. Muratharan has struck again.
he had it in the back of his mind, I think, this time. So he decided, yes, I've got to play at it. And it's gone from the bat, from the pad to the bat, and neatly taken.
Yeah, it's 334 for 7.
Well, that's a fantastic stroke. Magnificently struck, waltzed down the wicket, used his feet beautifully and picked it up and hit it clean overhead. Gone, another one from Muratharan. Well, it doesn't take very long to go through the tail-enders.
Well, one can't just understand Kuruvilla's tactics here of just prodding. It was just going to be a matter of time before he would be dismissed. This one just maybe going off the pad onto the bat, and then a simple catch to the man at Silly Point, Mahali Jayawardena. So another wicket here for Muralidharan. He's picked up 4 in this innings already. It's 3
bowling.
Oh, he has a go at this one. He's got the width and he's found the boundary. And he cuts again. This will be another boundary. 2. He's got him, I think, with this one. A loud shout, and up goes the finger. Deceived Venkatesh Prasad, got the outside edge.
Angle for De Silva. He's pitched it right in the block hole. It's pitched on the foot mark and just caught the edge. Umpire BC Kuri, I think, was unsighted. Wasn't sure whether Kalu had actually taken the catch. Once he was satisfied in his own mind that it had carried to the wicketkeeper, he gave him out. So India 359 for 9.
On the track and smashes it straight back over the bowler's head. One bounce over the rope. That was again struck. Highest score in Test cricket. Down the track, again hit, but there is a long off and the ball goes over him. Again, beautifully struck by Saurav Ganguly. Oh, he goes over the top. And 4 more runs, so this is some entertaining stuff here from Saurav Ganguly. And he goes over the top. He's not timed with the man running in from long on. He'll take the catch. See, the Indian innings comes to an end. Good catch by Chaminda Was to end a very, very fine innings from Saurav Ganguly.
Quite get onto this. The right shot, real one-day shot. Got it high on the bat. And Chaminda Was really made a lot of ground. Took that quite comfortably. That's his second catch. Caught Dravid very well at fine leg as well. So 2 very good catches for Chaminda Was, but what a great knock from Ganguly. His highest in Test cricket.
It's away to the boundary. That's a good start for Adapatu. Good timing and placement. Didn't try and hit the ball too hard, but it was a loose ball, short and wide. Enthusiasm for his bowling in the first innings. Again, he gives him too much width, and that's a really good shot. And there's shots of a class player, and that's what people say about this fellow. This time he whips it away on the leg side. He doesn't get the timing that he normally shows, but they'll run 3.
Get to about a lead of about 250, 300 by the end of tomorrow. It'll be quite interesting, and the positive way these 2 players have been playing, both Jayasuriya and Adapatu. That's
Well, the same thing can't be said for Kuravilla. He's been whipped away down the leg side for 4. Short enough that he can put it away. Just the 2 men on the leg side. Plenty of empty space out there. 4 runs.
And pulled away, no problem at all. It's not quite timed it as well as he would have liked. And Kumble will have the opportunity to just pull it back inside the rope. So another 3 runs here for the Sri Lankans. Edged and taken off the glove of Nayan Mongia. Again, a casual shot from Mavanata Padu. Hitting Nayan Mongia's glove and then ricocheting straight to Mohammad Azharuddin, who made no mistake. So Sri Lanka lose their first wicket.
Playing at a wide one. This one just a little bit unlucky. Bounces on him. He goes to run it down, but it bounces. Fine edge and very quick reactions from Azharuddin. Very good in the slip area. So Sri Lanka lose their first wicket, 65 for 1.
This will race away to the boundary. It was a little close to him, but he controlled the shot well, Mahanama.
This time he pulls out the sweep, it'll probably go fine enough, and it does, and fast enough. So...
And there's the single because bit of sloppy fielding. Jadeja had that covered for a moment.
It's well deflected and well timed for 4. It's well put away. Wasn't all that short, but he was in position very quickly and dispatched it for 4. It's well struck. Both batsmen in top form and full of confidence following their heavy scoring in the first Test match.
And he's blazed that away through the offside. Sidhu is there, and he'll still pick up a single to bring up another half century. So it's been a very consistent year for Sanath Jayasuriya, 108 for 1.
That is a typical Jayasuriya stroke. Gone all the way. He's got powerful forearms, this fellow. Well, it's 4 runs. He really didn't have much space between the fielder at deep point and the third man, and yet he found it. Neat little deflection. Runs coming very quickly now for Sri Lanka.
A good foundation, in fact, laid by this pair.
Very quick work here by Nayan Mongia. The third umpire has been called into play. BC Kure here asking for the third umpire. Tails off in a flash. Let's take a look at it.
Mahanama playing over it, and the very quick reaction by Mongia. Oh, that's going to be very close.
And I think he will realize that he's been dismissed here. Very unfortunate there, Mahanama. He didn't know where the ball had gone. Mongia was alive to the situation, whipped off the bails, and unfortunately for Mahanama, his innings comes to an end.
Just as Sri Lanka was cruising merrily.
Have been scored in Colombo. One against Pakistan, then two in an innings against Pakistan, and now two against India. And a typical De Silva shot here. Lovely full face of the blade to get off the mark, and a misfield from Kumble there, allowing a boundary.
Just.
And this has been played beautifully on the onside by De Silva. The first boundary after lunch.
So very little justice for Kuravilla. Not really straying a long way down the leg side, but fairly full. Just coming into the pads. Aravinda De Silva likes to get across, cover his off stump. And you can see this one, it'll be right off the centre. Beautifully timed.
Surya again looking for two, and he'll get it. Nice placement again, didn't try and hit it too hard, just worked it into the gap. And this time he goes the other way. This is a lovely controlled sweep. His first boundary after lunch. So straight away problems for Kumble here. And a slower delivery, edged by De Silva. There is a man, a third man, but the ball beats him to the fence. So moral victory for the bowler, but the end result, a boundary for De Silva. And it'll be 2 for 76. Again, getting it fine and beating even the man at short fine leg.
This time he works it away. Perhaps not the most technically correct shot in the world, but he wasn't going to waste any time. We saw him last week rush through the 90s, and here he is again, another Test 100, much to the delight of his teammates and no doubt his coach as well. Full shot up in the air. Fieldsman is down on the boundary, won't get around, just gets a hand to it before it goes across the boundary, but never a catching chance. Wasn't quite hit in the middle of the bat. The India batting this afternoon. Down the ground, that'll be 6.
I'll get it. No, it landed just short.
And you can't bowl there. It's just angled into the pads. And Jadeja is able to come around and cut that down to 2, but
Pulled away by De Silva, no problem with that one. Loves to play that pull shot, and that was 4 runs for the taking. Jayasuriya on strike. Given the width and smashed through the offside. There is a man at deep point, but he can only be a spectator as that ball
to effect the driving rather than the horizontal bat shots.
A lovely shot to reach his half century. He played that late, square of the wicket on the offside, and even though there was a deep point.
Slow one outside the off stump, and I think That signals the intentions of Arjuna Ranatunga and the Sri Lankan team. They're after some quick runs. They want to set a declaration and they want to go for a win in this test match, and I think that's a very admirable. There's his 150. Sidhu has made some great ground around the boundary. One-hand piece of fielding. Perhaps not the quickest or the best fielder around the place, Sidhu, but a great job there. Another 150, second in successive test matches from Sanath Jayasuriya. Slashes away over the offside this time. He tends to do that more than you ever see him play the hook shot. If they bowl it straight at him, he generally ducks under it, but if they get towards off stump at all, we've seen it. No, he makes room for himself this time. The left-hander gets it off the back of the bat, probably the least bat that he's got on the ball for a long time, but it still goes for 4.
And smash back, straight back past the bowler. Sidhu again has some work to do, and again very good work there by Navjot Sidhu. He saved at least 10 runs in the session after tea. The ball has followed him.
Sidhu, he's really shown everyone around that despite the fact that runs are coming easy, that one with commitment can still put pressure on the batting side.
Oh, that smash back past Venkatesh Prasad. Good job, he got his hand out of the way. That was going like a tracer bullet. And this time straight down the ground, long off is wide and he has no chance. This is brutal force being employed by Jayasuriya here. And this will be boundary number 3. He's finding the gaps here at will. The field is spread out, almost 6 fielders on the boundary line. Still this. There is no slip, and this will be 4 runs. Third man's too wide. So again, a boundary to end the.
They've just given runs away this afternoon. They've stopped trying to get them out. That won't slow him down, it's bowled him. Oh, he's tried to go over the top. Well, at least they found something out from this little exercise, that if you make the batsman try and do something different and go over the top, you may force them into making a mistake. And Jayasuriya has done just that, hitting across the line. He's out bowled for 199.
Yes, nice full delivery, made him play across. Just took the pad and then the stumps, so very unfortunate for Jayasuriya. 1 short of his double 100.
That means he's also off the strike, and the could be out. He's called for the third umpire, a direct hit. A rather risky run. Ranatunga ran himself out in the previous test match.
And what will this say? Out. That's out, I'm afraid. You can just see the stumps between the wicketkeeper's legs. You can just see the stump moving.
Closing in on his second 100 of the match. He's running again, he's in trouble now. Oh, Kalu's sacrificed himself. That really was rather unfortunate. De Silva smashed it straight at the fieldsman. Ganguly, the man there, he took off. Kalu had said no, stood his ground until he realised that Aravinda was still coming, and then he sacrificed himself. Rather unfortunate for the young fella.
Yes, this one really has been struck very, very well. Aravinda decided he was going to get a single straight away. It's not his call. Kalu decided straight away that it was going to be no run there, and in the end the young man did the right thing, sacrificed himself, and that's a very unfortunate dismissal for him.
This time he gets it away. Chase here for Ganguly. He'll pull it back just inside the rope. Overlay, no, another boundary. And plays it away on the onside and in the gap. So it's 14 test match 100. And it's for the second time he's got 100 in each innings in the same test match. Edged and taken by Mongia. So soft dismissal in the end for Jayawardena. Kuruvilla picking up his second wicket. And Sri Lanka losing their sixth.
Oh, a few more boundaries. Tamely goes, well caught by wicketkeeper Mongia.
And he's got this fine enough for another boundary. Third man is wide. There are no slips.
This time he goes up and straight to the deep extra cover fielder. Cambley, the substitute fielder out there, delighted with the catch. And so is Kumble. Takes his third wicket for the innings. And with that comes the declaration. There's the captain signalling to the team to come in. That's the end of the innings. 372 run lead. And around about 12 overs to be bowled here this afternoon. And there's Aravinda de Silva, 120, the second 100 in the innings, the third 100 for the series. So 3 and 3 for him. And Sri Lanka declare at 415 for 7. Mindavas around the wicket, slashes away. Kalawitharana hadn't moved. Sanath Jayasuriya had a look, just stood there and had a look at Kalawitharana. Kalu didn't need. Good angle there from the bowler, but well played by RJ Jadeja.
That's nicely played off his legs. There's no one on the onside, so 4 runs for the taking. He drives through the offside and handsomely. A fine cover drive from Shibu. Down the track in the air, but that hits. He's hit that very cleanly. One bounce over the rope.
And there's the first run of the day. Umpire Kurtzen just signaling the leg by, ball just deflecting from Jadeja's pad. Vast open spaces on that leg side. There are only 2 men on that leg side field, and one of those men is the slowest on the field for Sri Lanka, Aravinda de Silva. Out. Taken at first slip. Jayasuriya seizes the catch. The breakthrough for Sri Lanka. Chaminda Vas getting his man long after he should have had him. That edge went between the keeper and Jayasuriya. This time the catch safely held. India 55 for 1. Comfortably 2. Patu out there.
In the air, it might be out. There's bat and pad in that one. So Muralitharan has struck. And the Indian batsmen really have got themselves to blame for this. They've got themselves tied down. The frustration level has been rising and rising. And this is the result.
Muralitharan will be testing him there. That equation, Dravid looking to work it down. The extra spin undoing him on that occasion.
This will be 4 runs. There's a chase. No, well fielded by Pushpa Kumara. Couple of runs there to Jadeja. Played that away nicely on the onside. This is Hari Jadeja makes it easily, and a 50 for him. So he'll be a very happy man. He's played well for this 50 of his. Missed out in the first innings. Driven, and that goes wide of gully. And into the fence for 4. Now that's exactly what we are. Just goes straight through with the arm, takes the outside edge. Just pulled back inside the fence. Run through here if Jadeja wants it. He's quick between the wickets. He's on the air and he's hauled out here. A loss in concentration and Muralidharan has struck. This is a big wicket. Tendulkar getting it right at the bottom of the bat. Looking to hit over the top. And holding out to the man at mid-on. Sajeeva De Silva taking the catch, and a delighted Sri Lankan team.
Yet, and have a look at this. He closes the face on this ball. It really does. And it seemed that the face of the bat came down. He was trying to adjust it. I think up it went. And this is a little lollipop catch. And well, all the Sri Lankans realised how important that was. The catch has been taken. Tendulkar is out. And all of a sudden, India now in trouble. 100 for 3.
Taking some of the way off there at backward point. Patu, it would have gone. Been here every day. Ball in the air. De Silva can't get back for it. And it drops into safe territory. But Azharuddin's heart must have been.
Well, Azharuddin gives it the big wind up here with the short ball wide of off stump. Wide one, he's gone. He's caught him first ball, a slashing drive. Marvin had a catcher in the gully. Takes a fine catch going away to his right. And Jadeja's innings comes to an end. And really, it's not surprising. He got himself into such a mindset. It was only a matter of time before he picked the wrong one.
The Sri Lankans, change of angle. Pushpak Amara, of course, a right-hander bowling from the other side of the wicket. And this one just going wide and going away. And Jadeja just following it and guiding it into Gully's hands. So a real breakthrough for Sri Lanka. India now 138 for 4.
Oh, he's beaten the point fieldsman. That's running away. This is a very fast outfield, and that's going to run over the fence for 4. Well, it was just short outside off stump. Mohammad Azharuddin just leaning back, and the placement was very good. Oh, that's well bowled, and that was off the inside edge. Just when I said he was really beginning to look settled and playing it very well, he's just played a slightly loose shot there. And well, that one turned a little bit, so it's running down to the fence for 4, but the Sri Lankans don't mind that.
And cut away through the offside. Gave himself the room, had enough time to go back on that back foot and get the first boundary after tea. And there'll be overthrows here. This could go all the way to the ropes. So 4 runs to Ganguly. Again wanting the single, he'll have to hurry, and he gets it. Again, Ganguly not taking a start. Had to be literally pushed into taking a single. 50 comes up for Mohammad Azharuddin. And that's a fine shot by Ganguly. He's found the gap on the offside and cut it through point for 4. And pulled away by Ganguly in style. So again a boundary to end the over.
Mark's term, he knew that.
Got it through. So Ganguly has come out after tea and has played some pretty good shots. Had his difficulties before the interval against Jayawardena. He's the last 2 specialist batsmen, and you've got Mongia and the bowlers. It's a very fine stroke. Timing, placement, everything there. And Azharuddin may just be thinking at the back of his mind here.
Short and pulled away down towards square leg. That's a good shot. Mohammad Azharuddin's looking very good out there now. And that one's gone to the fence for 4. So now 13 overs, no wicket for 33. That's the wide half volley, and it's been smashed away beautifully for 4. That's a good shot. Up and wide, and he's hit through it. Lovely shot. And that's going straight down the ground for 4 as well. Well, at the start of this over, they needed to score at 9.1 runs per over. Oh, there's another 4. Yeah, they scored 45 and 28 overs this morning. That's the period that Greg Chappell was talking about. 1.6 runs per over.
Could easily have seen them get home.
Oh, another 4. Well, this has started to look quite interesting. Having said that,
was to play naturally.
Oh, and there's a big appeal there for caught behind. He's given him out, caught behind. Well, that looked to me as if it went straight on. It bounced a little bit too. It was nicely taken. Couldn't quite pick from up here whether it beat the outside edge of the bat or whether it sneaked through the inside edge. Let's have a look.
Ganguly very disappointed here. A little bit of bounce. It's a good solid nick. He didn't hang around for long once the finger went up. The ball bobbled around in the keeper's gloves, but that's an important breakthrough for Sri Lanka. Ganguly out for 45, a good double for him, 248 for 5.
Oh, he's had a go at that one. Well, he hasn't finished yet. That's one bouncing over the fence for 4. Perhaps Mohammad Azharuddin has decided he's going to do this on his own.
Rush.
There he goes again. He's going for it, that's for sure. And that one's down to long on as well. Another boundary.
4 more. Field is in. There's encouragement for him to go after it here, whereas the Sri Lankans had protection in the deep.
The situation, even if India cannot win, he believes that a moral victory is important going into the one-dayers.
And he gets his 19th Test 100. So one of India's finest batsmen raises his bat to his teammates.
Grieved in a sense.
It's going to run all the way to the ropes. So another boundary for Azharuddin.
After the mandatory overs did begin, the Sri Lankan skipper no doubt wanting to continue. He realizes that he just needs 5 balls to pick up the wickets needed, and partnership, which relieves the last night of resistance. The overs could be gone through very easily. 16, 15 overs, no problem at all.
So in effect, we have a situation now where Sri Lanka need those 5 wickets in 20 minutes rather than in overs. 281 for 5. Well, in fact, they decide that they'll call the match off. There's no sense in continuing. There can be no result here. So 281 for 5, and the second Jaya Sakti Life Insurance Test match between Sri Lanka and India has ended in a draw, as did the first at the Pramadasa Stadium. This one, of course, had far more interest all the way through, and in the end, India holding on for a draw. Clinch a victory, and the match in the series ends in a draw.